But you see Judah, especially, changing, growing, developing character and integrity, heart change. No longer are these brothers making constant excuses for their behavior. No longer are they blame shifting and lying and scheming to get out of consequences like they have done in the past before. And many people do today. But they're learning to step up. This is so huge in our culture today. I can't emphasize this enough. They're learning to step up. They were determined to accept full responsibility for their actions. Not just for themselves, though, but also for Benjamin's safety. They're saying, I'll take responsibility for him, too. How many people do that? I'll take his prison sentence. That is very uncommon. Very rare. And for them, they could have been put in prison. Joseph could have said a word, and they'd be slaves or dead. Just like that. But they take the risk. And it's a huge risk. But as they're taking this huge risk, as they're taking on the responsibility, the consequences, the blame, whatever, they're growing. They're growing in character. They're growing in integrity. In Joseph's eyes, they're growing in respect. He's gaining respect for them. They're growing in confidence about who they are, who their God is, that they can tell the truth and God will take care of it. I would imagine that you are aware of how personal responsibility often goes in our culture today. A lot of people, instead of taking this personal responsibility, what do we do? What do they do? And we're going to point the finger, but we got to ask ourselves these questions. We're playing the victim. Playing the victim has been running rampant in our culture, especially lately. I know that Eve blamed Adam. No, Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the snake, the serpent. So it's been going on for some time, okay? I know that this blame shifting, this excusing our behavior, has been going on for thousands of years, but it really, to me, feels like it's been ramping up. I don't know about you. If you watch the news, if you see what's been going on the past few years, there's so much blame shifting. I mean, I think it'll just continue as we get closer to Jesus coming back. And kids learn this from an early age. You mentioned Azariah earlier, but we won't say any names. But for those of you that are parents or grandparents, or you know little kids, anybody parent, grandparent, or know little kids? Anybody know little kids? Everybody in this room, what do they love to say when they get in trouble? It wasn't me. What's that?
Oh, well, that's what Mara was telling me.
What did Mara tell you?
Oh, she just said that Ellie and Az are always fighting.
Okay.
And they'll say the other one did it.
Yes. Always the other one. Never their fault. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. He started it. She started it. He hit. My kids come up to me. They shall remain nameless, but she hit me. Okay, so what did you do first? Well, I punched her. Well, okay, we'll see. It's not just what she did, but you kind of started it there, buddy. She pulled my hair. What did you do? Well, I stole this from her, this toy. Blame shifting. See, the parents, that's really annoying. It's frustrating when our kids do this all the time. Just, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. Advocating responsibility, blame shifting, excusing behavior. But how many adults continue this line of thinking? It's not my fault. They started it. It wasn't me. Excusing. It was my coworker. They did it. It's all their fault. Because I don't want to get fired. This continues on too often way past childhood to adulthood. And if we're not careful, we're going to be the ones. And we probably have from time to time, because we live in a fallen world. We have these sin proclivities where we excuse our behavior, where we shove somebody else in front of the bus to take the blame for us. Right? And what we need to do is not just point out our coworkers, not just point out our spouse, not just point out our friends or our family or our kids. They made me this way. They did it. Not my fault. Victim, victim, victim. what we need to do is take a long look in that mirror, don't we? And say, how am I excusing my behavior? Who am I blame shifting to? Who am I taking what the consequences of responsibility that I should have on myself, and who am I putting that on? How am I doing that?